a leader to trust and to help them succeed. Oh, let's ride some horses, that look in their eyes. So saddle me up and let's go for a ride.
Hey guys, welcome to Riding Horses. All right, Colt, you ready to have some fun today? Okay, so I've got Colt out here on Che. Again, this is another horse that we got from the Purina Animal Nutrition Center. I got high hopes for this little mare. She is coming 3. She's a daughter, an own daughter of Betty's a Cat. She's really nice, she's really athletic. And Colt is gonna have a lot of fun on this filly, and he's gonna learn a lot from this filly. We got this filly at a spot where I can put Colt up there and he can learn what it's like to start from the beginning so we can turn it into this, okay? So here's where we're at today. Colt, this is gonna be your first day loping her around and steering while you're loping. Remember that first day you rode her, you were tracking Bronson in here, and she loped a couple times, but she was just tracking the burro, the mule, and you never steered at all. Today you're gonna be steering some. This is the 4th time she's had the snaffle in her mouth where the reins were attached directly to the snaffle. Today will be the 4th time that she's ever had somebody pick up both reins to back her up, okay? So there's a lot of stuff she's very, very green at. What I want you to think as you get her loping around here, Colt, is you're simply using a direct rein. If you're gonna lope a circle to the left, you're using your inside rein. Try not to get in her way with the outside rein, meaning you've got contact on the outside rein. She won't know how to handle that at this point. If you get over here and she drifts out, just get shorter on your rein, okay? You don't necessarily have to get your hand way out there wide like this. If you get shorter on your rein, your hand could be right there, okay? So anytime you try to steer and she's not turning the direction that you want as quickly as you'd like, just slide down real smooth, get a little bit shorter on your rein, bring her nose around, let her follow her nose, and then you can flow off, okay? So which way do you want to go first?
I'll go right first.
So you're going to lope right. Okay, you see that progress string you got hanging on the saddle horn?
Yep.
If you needed it, you could use that to spank, okay? So look at me. We're going to squeeze. Look at me, bud. I got a little rhythm in my legs right there. You can do that to ask her to bring up some life. If she doesn't bring up life off of that, you can smooch. If she doesn't bring up life off the smooch, as much life as you want, then you can spank her, okay? If you spank, she's probably going to squirt out of there, okay? But it won't be no big deal. You just keep right on going, okay? So why don't you just flow out here, and you can just go trot you a circle to the right. I'll just sit right here and kind of be the middle of your circle. It doesn't have to be a really big circle. You don't have to go clear to that end. If you could stay about that far away from me, you can go over a little closer to the fence if you need to. I'll just sit right here. You can go a little wider right through here. And whenever you're ready, you can just kind of squeeze and smooch her up to a lope. There you go. Try to sit back in your saddle a little bit, bud. Stay back in your saddle. Very nice. So this filly is really, really green. If I didn't have this filly in a frame of mind where I felt confident putting him up there where he could go learn some things, I definitely wouldn't have him up there. She is really green, but she's not scared of a rider. He can move around, he can make noise. It's not going to scare her, cause her to try to buck him off. But she's green enough that he's definitely going to have to learn how to use a direct rein to steer. Okay, Colt, when you get up over here, I want you to bring her down like you're doing a one-rein stop, but don't stop her. Now get really short on your inside rein, bring her nose in a really tight circle, just let her come down to a walk. Smaller circle yet. Keep her walking, keep her walking. Now flow right out and go the other way. See how you slowed her down right there?
Yep.
Now listen to me, bud. If you'll practice a lot of that from a lope down to a walk, okay, that'll help your steering at a lope as well, okay? Yep. So think of that as a one rein stop minus the stop. You didn't want her to stop, you just wanted her to come down to a walk, okay? Maybe we could call that a one-range slowdown because technically we didn't necessarily want her to stop. Now when you lope this way, she might drift a little there and she's gonna wanna slow down a little bit up on this side. So over here is where we're gonna ask her to slow down when you're ready, okay? So your goal is to for sure lope past this part of the circle over here and you'll rest somewhere up here, okay? So go ahead and get her trotting on the circle you wanna be on. I like how you got your reins there. So as you guys can see, as he's riding around there, I've got a bunch of tape on those reins in different places. There's a piece of black tape right in the middle, so he always knows where the center is. But there's 4 more pieces of tape on each side of that black tape in the middle that are about 6-8 inches apart, just to give him visuals of where he might need to get his reins. Yeah, see how she's drifting way down there? There you go. So right there, she's loping in a counter canter, but it doesn't feel very rough, does it? So she's loping to the right, in the right lead, because she's drifting to the outside. Get shorter on your left rein. There you go. A little slack in that outside rein if you need it. Nice job, bud. There you go. Okay, we're just going to lope past this side of the circle. And you can slow her down there. You can just use your inside rein to bring her down. Just bring her nose around to the inside. There you go. And walk you. I might go ahead and stay in that tight circle and walk a full circle. Walk you a full circle right there. And then you can ride off. There you go. When you come down in that tight circle, you make sure you got slack in that outside rein so she doesn't run into that outside rein at all, okay?
Okay.
How did she feel for you?
She definitely felt better going right.
Okay, she felt better going to the right.
Because she was in a counter canter.
Because, yeah, when she was going to the left, other than when she first started, the rest of the time she was in a counter canter drifting to the outside. So let's do this. Let's try to go to the right again, okay? And here's what I want you to think. We're going to cheat right here. You can go ahead and stop and rest there for a second. You go trot her in a circle here going to the left again. I said right, I think. We're going to go left because she was drifting to the outside. And as you're trotting that circle, look at me. You're asking yourself, where on this circle do I feel her drift in? Okay? You're going to have to go trot at least one circle to figure out where that is. And that's the spot where you want to ask her to lope off. Because if you're trotting and you feel her drifting out, if you ask her to lope off at that point, because she's so green and you're not really using your legs or your reins to set up a lead departure yet, if she's drifting out from the trot while you ask her to lope off, it'll force her into the counter canter. So you figure out where on that circle she drifts in, and that's the spot you ask her to lope off, and that'll help her pick up the left lead. Does that make sense? Yeah. I'm guessing, Colt, it's going to be somewhere maybe there or over here. Okay, it's probably not going to be over here. Yeah, it might be as she comes by the banners, okay? If you got very close to the fence back there, she might not drift out. You got to steer with a direct rein right there, bud, okay? There is no steering with an indirect rein on that horse yet. She's not that far along. I need you to understand today is focused on a direct rein. It's probably not going to be there. She's just going straight. Probably not there. Go ahead and get back to the trot. So where do you think's your best spot? You want to try it right over here? Left rein, there you go. You got to squeeze and smooch when you spank though. There's your left lead, good job. Now stay out of lope. If you feel her slow down right here, don't let her slow down. There you go. Super job, bud. Let's lope one more circle. Nice job with your reins. I like how your outside rein is loose. You're using your inside rein just as much as you need. Now just relax your body, slow your rhythm, and let her come down to a trot. Let her come to a walk. There you go. And you can make a circle there too, and then come right back over here. Come right back over in here somewhere, and you can just stop and back up. We'll let her rest for a minute. Now real soft, slide them hands down and get short on them reins like I showed you to stop and back up. Do it as soft as you can. Remember, you reward every step she takes back. Release. Do it again. Release. Do it again. There, like that. We'll just let her rest right there for a second. Now it's one thing for me to put you on a horse like this, Colt, and tell you to only steer with a direct rein, but it's completely different to put you on a horse that knows nothing but that, okay? You try to steer that horse with an indirect rein, with a neck rein, she doesn't know what that means. This horse does. So for you to ride this horse like you ride that one, it's totally different than riding that one, okay? I can tell you to ride with one rein on her and use it as a direct rein, but it's still different than riding a horse that green. And that's why we've got you out here today and letting you lope around so you can steer that horse a little bit, because you're not used to sitting on horses that green. You're used to something more like this, okay? But there was a point in time where this horse felt just like that one. How do we get them from that point to this point? Okay, fantastic job today. So, again, guys, I'm trying to take advantage of what I have in this horse, what I have in Kolt, and his desire and willingness to get better at this and put the two of them together in a controlled environment, okay, under supervision. A green rider on a green horse often does not make a good mix, okay? Colt's got a little different scenario than most people because I'm sitting here to coach you through whatever might come up if you need it, okay? But there is no other way to learn it than to experience it, okay? I'm just trying to take advantage of what I have in these two and help walk them through the process of taking a horse from that green to a stage more like Miss Perine's at. So, Colt, that was fantastic. Come on over here a little bit closer to me. Wind's kind of starting to pick up a little bit. I'll come to you right there a little bit. How did she feel to you?
She felt pretty good.
She felt pretty good?
She definitely felt better that last time when I went to the left.
She felt better going that time to the left? She feels like she's going to carry a pretty soft field, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
And here's what else is pretty nice about her. Even if I'm loping left in the right lead, which puts her in a counter canter, it's still pretty smooth, isn't it?
Yeah, the only thing that you can feel is her, like, her hip, like, you can feel her just wanting to go.
Her hip is moving to the right. But other than that, she's pretty smooth where you can sit that counter canter, huh? All right, man. Fantastic job. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Riding Horses. You guys be sure and tune in to future episodes of Riding Horses so you can watch Colt and Miss Che here progress in their training together. We'll see you next time.